It's you again. What is it?
What is it? Okay, we have the first choice, old catatonic lady in the old fish market. Needs help. For the hanging a witness. Wasn't raped. Huh.
Yeah, what's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Right.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Courant or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick.
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig?
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do.
No? Well, whatever then, Copper.
No. They totally said what it was. What was it? Anyone remember?
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with?
The pig?
Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
What?
Marianne, amigo.
Mariana.
Anything else you wanted to know?
Okay.
Was, like before, just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyway.
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
No, I'm not gonna be sorry. Backing hit, yes.
You are already signed up, Cerdo. This guy's seriously damaged.
Nah, don't worry about it, Al. The cops want to dress up and play dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
Station 41. A man carries a crate of rusted, unused badges. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a comb futilely across his head. Shit, who'd want those? Just dump them into the river.
Okay.
No problem, old cop man.
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
Rape victim.
A witness? You ain't got shit. The locals would never come.
That's just cop tactics, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already roll on the others, and he's in witness protection.
Well, let's hear.
He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he is surprised. This goes without saying, but nonetheless, don't give out his name.
Okay. Nope.
It's like you said, Al. Copper's coming up with this on the...
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims did he make?
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band. The Hardie boys are dead silent.
I know, right? Too
It's like they
silent.
put cowbells on you before they send you to the streets. What's with the cowbells, policeman?
Damn, they wormed their way out of it, somehow. Try something else if you can.
Arab guy? Boss, I think he's trying to save me and Theo.
Nice.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there, too. I already told you. That means absolutely nothing to me. Sounds like some Made up horse.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out, like it was from a film.
What is this fella's problem? Sorry we didn't make it more action-packed. It wasn't the first thing on our mind.
Shanky. It's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now I know there was.
You don't know shit.
I know you are lying, Shanky.
You didn't break this wagon fort, but you did manage to rattle the people inside a bit.
Great witness.
Okay, maybe it doesn't feel like this did anything to them, but they have to be fretting a little. Everyone is afraid of witnesses.
Again? Seriously, man. Yeah, whatever. Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
Oh yeah.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed.
For the record, Titus Hardie did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about
Thank you,
trusting her.
lawyer.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
His hands become fists.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Oh, we're gonna fight?
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardie.
Duck.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody. Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fists down.
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardie, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why.
A door gun is a gun mounted to the door of a transport airship. They have a habit of mowing down civilians.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that. We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works?
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
You don't care about evidence.
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardie. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness. Yeah, you do that.
Okay. So now we got an evidence. Not sure what exactly we need to do now.
The compact tape player is still... The machine was made in Revachol. by a company called Elysium. There's no fixing this one.
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix.
Fuck is that going to achieve? Being a smart ass. Make it.
My kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player.
Right. We need a new one.
Can I help you? What is this thing? Cool, okay. I was really hoping not to think about the cock carousel any longer because it made me feel like shit. But this is a competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
This was mostly about the fucking cardio. Massive cardio here.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
Got the 20 real? Then why?
No.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. Glad to hear that.
Feels good to get that off your chest, right? Celebration with beer?
10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm under orders. 10-4. Anything else, sir? Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Okay, we're good.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves. And your boombox, that gold and amber Harman Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
A discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man. It's 12 real.
A man like that in a neighborhood like this, in a rickety house falling into the sea? Careful, you can only do this once.
Come on, make it 8
Actually,
real.
yes, let's. 8 is an even better number than 12.
Yeah,
even
man.
more internal balance. Better integrity, too. Sorry, man. I can't be giving out freebies. Never have, won't now.
Okay, fine.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the...
The porter reel is you push, command set.
This isn't Revachon. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The heck?
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
He's right.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too.
He's clearly drunk.
Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arete on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
Arete means stop.
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Yes, it was just locker room talk.
There's more going on here than we know.
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to.
Ooh.
Bad news.
A village on the Samaran Isola in South
Oh
Safran.
boy.
Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service. I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you?
Nice.
This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again. The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate to you.
Okay, let's just play it.
The porter reel is just what you press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Then the organ starts playing, a simple, melancholic telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons. Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust a click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And yeah, they're all here. All 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the Whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. The lieutenant looks at you as you remove the
Okay. This is about me.
Was there something?
Well, bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
The Whirling's not a charity or a musical therapy clinic. It's a commercial establishment. You're going to scare away the customers.
Really? Maybe at night? It's still in the morning, right?
There never will be a right time, believe me. That karaoke system is only there for show. I'm not going to let anyone use it. No, you don't.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous.
There never will.
Okay, let me just talk to Alice.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again? Not my favorite topic, but how about we, change the subject to something more...
She puts her coffee with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me. Where did they get this record?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything. No, I'm pretty sure he did all those things, and then had to internalize them to keep on living, until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
She's quite observant about the human character, trained to observe, even.
People who go to university know how to use words like internalize and integrate, officer. Now...
There's more to this. She has an index in her head of pathologies and how to exploit them. I can almost see her. You can trust Pillar Bookhead, by the way. As far as I can tell, he's not singing to her tune. The only one besides me.
Right. is Stoner?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess.
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for...
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardie has to say.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example...
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways?
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Whirling-in-Rags. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together was in Oranje.
Sex, alcohol, speed, probably also sildenafil, and violence.
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no, we even celebrated his birthday like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Yep.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport.
Right.
There is no challenge without competition. There must be an opponent. This is clearly sports for him. Something like archery or darts.
That's too pinball for me. I just like to get autopsies right on the first try. Where were we?
He's lying.
Yeah.
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile.
It's clear she was very much attracted to him, and still is.
Of course. He was the most strangely beautiful man I've ever been with. And now, he's dead.
Oh, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Yes.
No.
She tries to light another cigarette. It's windy, but she gets it done.
Oh, that.
It's It's clear she liked it.
Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish.
Is this Orani's lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of Orani's lit. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay." And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third. Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort.
Nice.
Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Change of topic, perhaps? Is the Union communist? They're a couple of shades pinker than that, no? They're not hardcore in that way, is what I'm trying to say. What are we talking about anyway? This politics shit is a lot in the morning.
I think she's just tired. She doesn't know what you could blame her, a little. It was a pretty straightforward question that she refused to answer.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Hey, we're done.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42. Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Ready? Let's ask the girl, you know.
How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer. Look who's finally awake.
I don't know. 40? I was like 9 when OO peaked. That was what, 19 years ago? I liked them when I was 9. You couldn't have liked it when you were 40. Let's say you were 20-something, 25. A good disco age. 25 plus 19 is 44. I'm gonna say you're 44.
Wow.
What? Really?
Yeah, I have a university degree, you know. Absolutely. Age is just a number, man.
Yes, miss, but for him that number is 56.
What?
Wait. This requires scientific measurements. To the laboratorium.
Date of birth generator.
It's you again. What is it?
Came here to fight this.
And?
He tenses immediately. Chest tightens, jaw sets, ready for another blow.
Stands by.
Fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol.
You smell weakness. He's getting tired of the game. You caught him off balance. Push, and he will give way.
Gold?
Locker room talk. What are you, fucking brain dead? I've been to plenty.
Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No, good God.
Seems like they wanted to give Claudia a second chance to play along. She still didn't.
All right. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump, hard fist, or anything.
That's all right, Glenn. I just thought I thought anyone would come around if they heard that shit.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
You wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know, you might want to lay off this topic, or else you might antagonize him.
Oh.
I just got too worked up. Big man lost his shit. It's cool now. I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent. They're confused. This is growing over their head.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!"
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying scamming. Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can.
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in it.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
Godly. The heck? Oh, is it again there? I can't really see it. Let me get below. Mention surreal player. Phase reaction. Huh.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. But you know someone who might.
Now with boys, Bill.
Fat Angus, the powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Claudia. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility. Outside, under the rising sun. Tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria aglow with... Huh? He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Oh, because you are a foreigner. Because of some chick.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
The man's fists under the table are balled. You can tell from his neck and shoulders. He means it.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north.
We didn't light him on fire.
Oh, yes.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the
kill.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
firearm, a Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
Not here. I got a shield? Not here. Okay.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus.
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus?
What the
Now
heck?
it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions. The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
Ooh. Came from outside behind the window somewhere.
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
She's got one of those checkered pasts. The shot could have missed. Could have been meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again. These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still, this guy's not as dumb as he looks. He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet in his head.
Another nod.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy, too.
That's okay with the fat man. Still wheezing there. He couldn't speak if he wanted to.
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles of Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged. Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. They can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her from the old world. They're powerful, connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. In a manner of speaking, we had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message. Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardie boys. You don't know her anyway. We're Hardie boys. And that's it.
Hardie girls.
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to. You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go...
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it
She, Klasia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now...
Still, after all this headache...
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
Keep her alive. Okay.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
Chill, I'm the cool cop, remember?
I'm sorry for wasting your time. I should have known that you'd find out.
Why did you waste our time then?
Because of the Hardies. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Cool.
I am not. There is more here.
You're right. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon. Grey and pale violet, the pale, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Just business, but bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol, or even in Oran.
What exactly did you...
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved, and...
The job was Lewes-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewes-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Luskop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies.
Laws Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Yeah. Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me. Sure, I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good, a lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could.
A great pain moves through her.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernail.
Oh. I'm not lying to you.
You may sometimes be bad at reading her, but this time...
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Inebriated.
Not as much as usual. We'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
You're not lying away with this.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
That sounds like a sniper or something.
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardies were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed
Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader?
The Hardie boys.
Oh.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organ.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardie boy?
Why not?
Does she also party with Ruby, however?
No.
Still, there is something there.
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby, she said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after that?
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardie boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. What are you doing?
Pretty interesting.
Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs.
Oh,
she
yeah.
couldn't have heard the... It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Glacia.
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
No.
What? Why would I put myself through this insanity? Get myself cornered like he wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that.
Rage? Who knows? All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are... It could have been a desire murder. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around, close to her hand. A military weapon using... Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
She's getting scared now. Of you. The downstairs people. All of it.
There's a lot of thoughts that came out.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor. I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psychos did it. Coalition military have rifles. I'm not a munitions expert, and I did not shoot it.
She might have been a tad disingenuous when she avoided talking about the bullet in his head before. Look who's waking up from 1,000 years of sleep.
I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best not to lie. It didn't always work. What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other. I thought Ravishal would be more enlightened about this. Especially since you've taken them yourself.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance. She takes a healthy, nay, giant healthy, drag of her menthol cigarette, waiting for what's next to come.
Like what? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth, idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stone.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not. Oh God. That was a lie too. Who made the call then? She did, of course. Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you sweat.
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it. I told you I'm a horrible girl. I told you things break around me.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
Nice.
She nods, silently. She doesn't... He's thinking, or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone.
Yeah.
She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her.
Just thinking, what a...
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to Ed. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this. See?
Oh no.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Tighten it. You've got her.
Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
She's not lying now. She really is very tired. Her metabolism is failing her. The afterglow of whatever narcotics she's been taking is wearing off.
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say
falsified document.
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds. On the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. It's useless.
The wind rises, so do the hairs on your back. Long, spindly arms are spinning the boy around, turning it in
Nothing is useless.
Nothing is useless.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the waterline. I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Yes, they can, for lying. She nods, her back straight, ready for the damage. She knows you're grilling her. She slowly lights another cigarette. You are. This is not the end of this. This window is pristine on the inside. A golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
Oh, there it is. Weird.
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain, ending him. From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points. There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
Oh yeah, been too long.
72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belma-grave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies. Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective. None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez? According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
So we gotta investigate 3 different locations.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, We're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Oh. Field sniper.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%.
Oh.
A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Yeah, man. 20%.
1 kilometer away. An unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere. On an islet in the Bay of Martinez, perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be.
So 20%.
The shot would have been a small miracle. 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window. Between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A, the angle would have been extreme and access to the islets is questionable.
From where, precisely? I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Less.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or a sniper nest if we go down the coast. Roll these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
It's you again. What is it?
Yeah, it's me again, yes.
Why? Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch, you're not.
No.
Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under.
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to...
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Or the winch outside stage like a play. Ticket route long. Ding.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. A massive activity spike in the amygdala copicum, the part cops use to pin murders on people.
Because she was here all night with a...
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
He's been through it. That means he's suspected her. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
Okay, what was it again? Don't break your pride. The operation.
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper.
Put the numbers out there. This will impress them.
72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
Definitely lie. The truth is not credible.
Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinez. Still, all the labs in the world don't put her on that roof. How'd she get there? Climb? How?
And a little, just a little worried.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel.
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
Winch.
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's part of the elevator sheet? That's wall mystery down then. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it?
He knows it's something. He's just not ready to say you knew more about Ruby than he does, yet.
Like a spider.
Right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Wow, man, can we? I mean...
That'd be awesome. I beat that royalist machine 20 times now.
All right, all right. We can get the barman to bring them down. What else? Footprints. Recent.
He looks tough, but there is a nervous twitch in his dark green eye. This is all too close to home for... The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
Recent, but not worn down in the right foot. Too confusing.
That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those prints myself before I... Good news is, I'm still listening. Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that. And Ruby doesn't carry one.
Oh.
Phase 2.
Murder weapon.
Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
So
it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it?
Wait, did he say you don't have big guns? No, just say you're honest with him. Don't challenge him.
Cobb, that's exactly what...
That wasn't strong.
Nah.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it?
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot. He's about to blow his fuse.
Okay, Cobb. She's got connections. I could see how she could have access to it.
That's all you needed. Doubt.
Yes, goddammit, I know what a 72% chance means. It means there's a 28% chance it isn't that.
Just making sure we are on the same page. It doesn't all fit. We are just sharing info, candidly.
Titus doesn't reply. Probably a good sign.
Itself proof we had the murder weapon.
All right, Cobb. Keep talking.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like...
Phase 3.
Motive. Yeah.
The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
Right.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
It was too fast for a plan.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Let's go.
He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
The man is silent.
Uh-oh.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardie code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Ty.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Added to your list of suspicion. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her. And she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had... I told you. You. No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
What?
Yeah, that's real funny. She wasn't laughing, though. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She said you have a funny taste in clothes.
Never. Not until the case is solved. And then the next case. And the next.
Not until you have something on her. She says she's heard of you from Jamrock. That you're a human can opener. That you play suspects against each other.
And then when they're all empty, just move on. Onto the next can.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it. Whack him. Or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al.
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This called Titus, this called Pete.
Scared. You should be, too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the...
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand.
Yeah, Al, and we won't.
She's not really a Hardie candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock. She's not here.
Southwest.
So, I'm thinking she's there.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
Lizzie needed some air. You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person. No one goes to tell Everard anything. If he has to know, he has to know fast.
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
Uh-oh.
Sure, there are some shit houses there. A cinder block town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man. The what now? I have no idea.
She said she's building a pale emitter.
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something.
This guy barely understands.
There you have it. Pale something. It'll have to.
Okay.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head?
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks. Then...
Alright.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours? Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clasia. It was nice and Ruby-centric. Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash? Good point. It is rather rare these days, but do continue. Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere, but you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window. True. Strange how you conducted the whole advanced ballistics analysis and then hand-waved it. Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardie and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you. No, they didn't. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now, you know that. Free as a bird on that roof. But don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. The shaggy head.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean. Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here. No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here.
Long shadows, short shadows, quiet shadows of local children, loud shadows, drunks, and also a shadow. Teenagers skulking around, gang members looking for a hole in the Union's defenses, maybe Ruby too, but she wouldn't be able to tell from here.
Superstition. We can turn the grim desolation into a fun dance club, and thus also help turn this hellhole around.
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? The wind picks up. Finds in the distance you can hear the break.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freighter. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the Whirling-in-Rags. It's not possible to climb that ladder, and even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
He looks like he's cold out here at the tip of the coast. The jacket is warm, but not for this weather.
No.
No what?
No. An orange pilot cap would not help. To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps, but anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fire. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out biddable price. Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joan?
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water, a glowing light on the third floor of the Whirling-in-Rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman smoking, drinking, being...
Trying to check this out.
An old door, worn by elements.
From here to the Whirling? I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Right. Go.
There is no success. You didn't succeed here. It's impossible. The door does not open.
We don't get in there. Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
Okay, fine.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And
at least you can think about opening it, about doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental to your...
I'll just keep the Cordelici in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
Hi, ma'am.
And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day.
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Oh, jetty, oh, jetty. It's good to see you here, detectives. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
Ouch.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name, all the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
I got a sword.
Perhaps you shouldn't have. I sort of liked it on her.
Above you, there forms a quilt of their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but...
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
You mean the island?
No, they're in Celindian, Isola.
Nope.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oh, that is so sad.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Something else?
Of course. I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit.
Ooh.
This is cause for cautious optimism. How can I help you at this juncture?
Apparently, she is getting some information from her spies.
By love, you did.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer. She is memorizing your badge number.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
What?
Of course. Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away. There's time.
Okay, that's all for now. I need to look for the broadwalk though.
I see you haven't left our little Martinez yet. Still running around. Like some kind of cross-country law official. Aye. But don't let it grow too much. This is not the place to settle down. Now. What's on your... Oh? Who? Okay. When did this person stay here? Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning.
Wow, that's early.
Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, how can I assist you then?
Be seeing you.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep.
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath. In conclusion, she could be under any building. I hope not.
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer. There's no echo.
No.
A metal and plastic contraption.
That over there must be the...
Ooh, hidden things, secrets, cold, air, tendons. Snapped the cords, keeping the boy in place. Moves across the water, leaving no traces. Your splendor.
Splendor.
Indeed. Let's see what's inside.
The boy is not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom really have been torn or cut. The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been...
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
There's something in there. It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version and just a dash of hard liquor. The water this side of the peninsula is cleaner, actually. Smells a little salty. A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Well, damn. I have no idea. Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope. Might have been Glacia, might have been the people after her, might have been a local drunk.
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. Though...
Okay. Empty boil.